guys, Ann here. It is July, so we're going to do some sparkle for July as our challenge. So I'm going to start with showing you guys how to make a Dichro stringer. So if you have little scrap pieces of Dichro, this is just a little scrap piece of, who knows, it could be gold, could be green. So you need a little scrap of your Dichro. And then you need a couple of things of clear. One is going to be your punty, and the other one is going to be what you encase this Dichro with. And then a pair of tweezers, because you're going to pull this out then into a stringer. So what you're going to do is move all your stuff out of the way so it's not bumping your arm. You're going to heat up your stringer, your punty, which is just going to be clear glass for me here. You're going to preheat in the end of your flame here the Dichro with the side that does not have the Dichro on it, so you want the clear side to be against the flame. The goal with Dichro is to keep the dichroic side out of the flame. You want to encase it before it gets touched by the flame. So now I've got my punty here hot. I've got my piece of Dichro warm, and I'm going to put the two together. Okay, so they're just like a little paddle on the end there. Then with my other clear, I'm going to keep my Dichro side away from the flame. This is the key, is keeping that Dichro side away. You want to warm it, but you don't want that Dichro to get burnt off. Now is the time when you're going to flip that over, and the dichroic side is going to be towards you. With your clear rod, you're going to encase your Dichro, keeping your dichroic little paddle there out of the flame. You're going to heat the end of your clear and swipe it on to your paddle of Dichro. Okay, so there's the Dichro underneath. It's not in the flame. The clear that I'm adding to the top of my Dichro is in the flame. And you want to make sure that you have covered every potential spot of this Dichro. So you want to put a swipe a little bit above, on top of the previous swipe that you did. And you want to go around all the edges. Once you've got the whole paddle side done, you're going to go across all the edges. Make sure that you've got it done, even these bottom ones, so you want to move your hand a little bit and reposition so that even this bottom edge of your Dichro is covered. Okay, because once you have that Dichro covered, it's pretty safe and you can do a lot of stuff, a lot of heat manipulation with this. So now I'm going to heat this whole paddle. I'm going to punty up with my clear here that I was using as my encasing clear. And I'm going to swirl this mess around. That Dichro is completely covered in clear, so swirling this around is not going to make the Dichro pop out of that clear at all. It's just going to get it into a round shape so that then we can pull the stringer out. Okay, so you've got a fairly decent glob here with that tiny piece of Dichro that I had. I'm going to heat up this glob. And I'm going to pull it the way I like to pull stringers anyway, which I've been told is the incorrect way, but it's the way I like to do it. So this is going to be kind of molten, and then I'm going to pull it apart. Now you can make these as thin as you want, as thick as you want. They are fully sparkly at this point. So I'm trying not to get too thick on my ends here. If you want to, you can put that back in and heat it a little bit and pull it a little bit more so you don't lose any of your Dichro stringer. But do you see, I think you can see some of that sparkle in there. And that's all there is to pulling a Dichro stringer. And they're lots of fun to work with, and they're very heat forgiving, so if you tend to burn out your Dichro, or you just have a little bit of Dichro and you want it to go a long way, this is a perfect way to do that. So have fun.